Hey guys, welcome back to the Tech Buddies podcast YouTube channel. In today's simple mini review, I will be talking about my experience with the Nothing earbuds. No complex specs or anything, just my thoughts of these earbuds, and I've used them for a couple of months. Starting off with the design. The design is pretty catchy, but one huge con of this design is the scratches my charging case is getting, and it has already got way too many scratches, which from the videos that I'm showing right now you might not be able to see, but trust me, it's a lot. The charging case can be very bulky at times and it's a pain to remove it from tight jeans, unlike the Airpods, but I'm used to this type of design with my Earpods, so I'm not complaining. Many people have approached me asking about the earphones and its cool design, so I think it looks pretty good. Much better than the ugly Airpods Gen 2, and I think it's a good conversation starter. Moving on to the audio quality, I think the audio quality is decent. Much better than JBL, Sennheiser or Sony's offerings at this price point, but it definitely lacks the liveliness that Sennheiser products can offer and the thumpy feeling for bass heavy music that JBL products offer. The liveliness feeling of mids, the thumpiness of the bass, and like the taps of the highs, all these things are then very lively products, and I don't think so it's that lively. That being said, the quality is overall decent. I won't complain. I think at this price point, it performs on a higher class than its competitors. The earphones are very comfortable and I can sleep upright with them in my ear. They do not cause any itchiness. They don't have that feeling of heft or any heat type sensation in my ears, and they are genuinely very comfortable. I sleep with them on my ears like every single day, and now you can see how it looks like when I'm wearing it. Moving on to the battery. While I've never measured the battery life, when I've gone on long trips, I've felt like it's a bit less, especially with ANC on. But on day-to-day commutes and stuff like that, I charge it once in 3 days or something, and I don't really think much about the battery of the earbuds. It always seems to have charge, so it's not that big of a problem. But while going on long trips, that's when I notice. That being said, the charging case does charge the earbuds pretty quickly, and even the charging case charges quickly, but I recommend charging the charging case a bit slower so that it lasts longer. I do not have a wireless charger anymore, so that's one thing I cannot talk much about, but I do know the wireless charging works. I've tested it out. Moving on to the ANC, it's lackluster, not too bad, but it's not as good as the Airpods, definitely, because it's like more than twice the price. But it can sometimes disappoint you, the ANC of these earbuds, because it sometimes gives this static effect because it's trying to compensate for the lack of physical force on your ears, because it's very light. It doesn't have that pressure which other earphones have to like completely block out the noise. But in places like a noisy cafe or in a class, when other people are talking, if you're listening to music and you have ANC on, it's not that bad. I think it performs pretty decently. Transparency is great. Although I do not find myself using all that often, the times I've used it, I think it's pretty good.
This audio is recorded on the Nothing earbuds. I'm inside a room right now with the window open and with the laptop fans running at max speed. A quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog.
Pairing is one thing I wish that could have been like implemented a bit better on this device, like adding multi-device pairing like Jabra products, but unfortunately it's not there. Sometimes becomes a hassle for me, but if you're using it with one device, it's not that big of a problem. As for fit, I think it's one of the most comfortable pair of earbuds I've used ever, and it's better than the Airpods and the Studio Buds too, at least for me. But it varies for different people, and it's much better than the Sony's too. And I think this is because of the lightweight design and the shape of it. So yeah, and as for the controls, that's one huge con of these earbuds. The controls are very inconsistent, and even though you can modify the controls, the physical button on the Studio Buds or the tactile controls on the Airpods are much more consistent. And I think that's one thing that they could optimize a bit more by software, but it's also a bit limited, especially if I'm sweating, like after a run or something. If I try double tapping, it does not register sometimes I double tap and it registers, sometimes it doesn't. It's a bit inconsistent. I prefer wearing these earbuds when I'm running than wearing any headphones or any other earbuds or neckbands, because it's not a hassle like others and doesn't warm your ears up. Warm ears are really irritating. The app lacks in features but does have all the basic stuff. You can switch between noise cancellation. There are two levels for noise cancellation, high and low. transparency, and normal. Like that's no noise cancellation, no transparency. You also have some EQ presets, but no control over the EQ completely. In the older version of the app, there was an Easter egg where you could change the indicator LED, which was a bit useful, and I'm hoping it makes a return on the new app. Latency is an on and off problem. Sometimes the latency can be really high on normal mode, and you can put it in low latency mode, but you lose out a bit on quality. You can notice it if you like on basic iOS stuff, like when you're typing. The keyboard sounds a bit different on the low latency mode. Overall, I'd recommend this to many people simply because of how well-rounded of a package it is at this price point. Now, I do know they have increased the price a bit, nothing has increased it, but hopefully they reduce it once again. This product does all the basics right for a startup device and for a device from a new company. And I think what it needs right now is more support and optimization from the software side of things, and it needs more updates. Overall, I'm a satisfied customer and I'm looking forward to seeing what Nothing has to offer in the future.